tonight. I also want to say congratulations to you all on the successful season that you all had. I know being a previous athlete, I know it's a lot of trials and tribulations with family, with players and coaches. I know it's a lot of ups and downs. So I just want to congratulate y'all and wish y'all future success here in the near future. And I just hope that y'all, get better from this season and do greater things for this season and build on it. So before I get started with anything, I just want to tell y'all a little bit about myself. I grew up in Peach County, Byron, Georgia. Rough neighborhood. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. Toomersville. We call it Toomersville, Georgia, but it ain't really no city. I don't know why they do that. It's just people in the hood call it that. So anything you can think of, from gangs, violence, disrespecting my family, disrespecting people in my community, anything you can think of, I did, and I probably done been through it. And I'm just 23 years old, and I done been through a lot as a 23-year-old. So definitely, I was doing all those negative things, with my life because my biological father, he never been present in my life at all. He been locked up all my life, and I didn't have no one to show me any guidance whatsoever. I didn't have anybody to show me, the ropes and show me the things that I needed to be doing with my life so that I can eventually use all the potential and use all the gifts and talents that God blessed me with. So I moved to Ronald Robbins with my mama in like the 5th grade. I got kicked out of 5th grade and I got kicked out of middle school, and it wasn't because I was a bad student. It just was the fact that I wasn't mentally focused on doing my schoolwork and doing the things that was necessary of me to help me to use all the skills and talents that God blessed me with. So after I got kicked out of 6th grade, I had to go to alternative school. I was always fighting, cussing my teachers out, just doing stuff that I ain't had no business doing. Like I said, I was rebellious. I didn't have nobody to show me any ropes. I didn't have no leader to show me, what I needed to be doing with my life to eventually help me to get to where I wanted to go. So I moved back to Byron with my uncle and my grandma. And my uncle, he served as that mentor, he served as that influencer, he served as that motivator that I needed in my life to show me that I could have been doing better things than being out, staying out all times of night, being on drugs, doing things I ain't had no business doing. And my uncle served as that father figure, that male figure that I needed in my life. So I got involved with football and basketball here in like 7th to 8th grade. And that's when my life really started to change, when I went to Byron Middle School. And my uncle always used to tell me, you can be something and you can make something out of your life with football, you can make something out of your life with basketball. But I didn't realize that because I didn't have the mindset and I didn't have the personality to, act on the things that was instilled within me. So I went to Peach County, and I don't know if any of y'all know about Peach County High School, but it's a very prestigious high school. It's a very prestigious high school for football players. And so coming out of high school, I had offers to play, and I had offers to play basketball as well. But coming from my circumstances and where I come from as a young man, I chose to play football because they was offering me full scholarships in football. And coming from where I come from, my family ain't got no money to put nobody in school. And I'm just being honest. So thankfully, I was blessed with a full scholarship, went to Charleston Southern. And yes, football put me on the platform. It allowed me to get 2 rings in football. I got one my freshman year, my sophomore year. And thankfully, I got a full scholarship, but nothing is more meaningful and more fulfilling than coming back and reaching back to y'all, because y'all the next generation of athletes. And in 10 years from now, y'all gonna be just like me, standing up here, done graduated college. And, so I just want to give back to y'all and motivate y'all and tell y'all can do it, because if me out of all people, where I've come from and where I have been through as a young man, if I can do something with my life, then all y'all can, each and every one of us can in our life. So the first thing I want to tell y'all is that I know school about to start here within a week or tomorrow. I don't know when y'all about to start school. Make sure you're making school a priority. And I'm not just saying, you need to be taking care of your schoolwork and you need to be doing your schoolwork on time and making good grades, but that ain't the only thing you need to be doing. You need to also make sure you're making good connections with your teachers. Make sure you're being respectful in the classroom. I know a lot, this generation is big on your cell phone. When you go to class, put your cell phone down, because when colleges want to come and recruit you all, they ain't gonna want to talk to your coaches. They're gonna already know you can play. They're gonna want to talk to your teachers, and they're gonna want to see what type of person you are. They're gonna want to see what type of character you have, because don't nobody want to recruit somebody that's talented, ain't got a skill set, but they ain't got the right personality and they ain't got the right mindset, because they're the type of people that they want to bring into their program. Secondly, a lot of y'all gonna get doubted by your friends. Sometimes it might be family members. It might be coaches that come and tell you, you don't have this, you don't have that, you ain't tall enough, you ain't strong enough, you ain't fast enough. For me personally, I had a lot of coaches and players and people in my community tell me I couldn't do stuff. But that feeling, that alone was just enough to motivate me, especially in those dark times, because it's gonna be a lot of dark times when you want to give up and you want to quit and you're gonna want to not go to class, you ain't gonna want to go to practice every day. But that feeling of knowing people already want you to give up and people already want you to quit, that alone should be enough to motivate you. And for me personally, like when I was in college and times got rough, I always thought about my mom and I always thought about my dad. My dad never been in my life. He was a quitter, so I ain't gonna be no quitter. Like, he quit on me, so there's no point for me to quit on my life when I got my nieces and nephews looking up to me. I got my sisters and I got my mom. I got everybody back in the hood that I grew up in looking up to me saying, yo, bro, you the life. You the light to us. You the one that's showing us that if you can get out here and do something, then we can as well. So it ain't no reason for me to quit. It ain't no reason for me to give up on anything that I set my mind to, set my mind to do in my life. Lastly, the last thing I can just tell y'all is that I know a lot of y'all got aspirations to go to the league. I know a lot of y'all got aspirations to play ball after school. I know a lot of y'all got aspirations to do that. But if you ask any African American in the world, they saying the same thing. So my main thing to y'all is that you ain't the only one that want what you want. So make sure you just perfecting your craft and you're gonna get out of life what you put in. And know that you're competing with somebody that might be in California or somebody that might be in Florida. You ain't the only one that won't have what you're trying to attain in your life. So just make sure you're carrying yourself the right way, because being an athlete, you're gonna know that, especially like when you get to college, everywhere you go, everybody gonna have their eyes on you. You're gonna have a target on your back just because you're an athlete, just because you're gonna be the face of the program. You're gonna be walking around the campus. Everybody gonna want to talk to you. So when you go out to the movies, like, make sure you just handling yourself the right way, because everybody's looking at you, and you're an example, to everybody that's following you, looking at you. And I just want to motivate y'all to continue to push and stay patient, and just know that you will reap what you sow. And you get out of life, you get out of school, you get out of basketball, you get out of all of it, what you put into it. And ain't nothing gonna come for you just talking about what you want to do. You're gonna have to get out here and work for it, and be about your business and be about your grind. Appreciate y'all for having me, and that's pretty much all I have for y'all.